still me, it's still in the same place, it's still on the same car, and it's still doing the same job. But let's get to it. The rear wiring, stripped it all back to the boot from the B pillar, and I've recovered that in protective sheathing and planned all that out. And there goes my phone, very poor. So yeah, B pillar back was sorted the other day. Today it's time to connect the B pillar to the A pillar. So connecting the front and rear looms. Spent so much time finding out what wires what length needs to be this, that and the other. So it's the very boring part now of connecting them. So I don't want to show you much. Here's a little bit. So if you're wondering how exactly exciting this is, it really frigging isn't. One wire after another, stripping. And then making sure you crimp onto the right one. Making sure there's heat shrink on there. It is bloody tedious. And gets you really no good action, especially for videos. And making sure they're all secure. So yeah, this is been the most tedious part of the job, is making sure everything's right before connecting it up and then connecting it up. So for the past couple of weeks it's spending as many nights as possible until about midnight just to get to this stage. And if you forget a heat shrink or get the wrong size crimp, then you're in the shit. So yeah. Really does not make for decent watching. And that was all done at speed. So, yeah, far from exciting. And extremely comfortable in the crouch position with knees playing up. So I really will not bore you with the other 15 wires that are there to connect. However, behind the B pillar and to the fuel pump is all done, all finished. So it's join it here. A few more connectors later, and we have a completed rear loom. So it's now from the dash to the back of the car, all the wiring hopefully is complete. Only one way to find out, and that's with a test run. One of these days I'm actually going to keep a better track of where I've got to on my videos. Tried looking at the last one and couldn't even work out myself what the hell I was talking about. So, quickie look inside. Actually looking reasonably respectful. So we've got a hell of a lot of wire in there now going off to the dashboard. But one thing I've finished tonight, down, is the wiring to the light switch. So I actually made quite a nice job of it. I'm actually surprised myself. One thing I've actually really enjoyed or using recently, a little hard to see, is actually a double-ended splice. So wire in each end and just crimp it over. And I found them so much easier and quicker than soldering, and neater, and yeah, just all round better. So still a bit messy, but getting there. But one thing I have been playing with is in the front of the car. So where I've moved the brake master cylinder, all the servo and all of that, that's the hole I was or am going to be using to go through from the reservoirs that I need to mount through and down to the pedal box. Now, as you may remember, I had these lovely brake hoses made up by OBP and did really nice job on them. They're lovely. However, some muppet requested them too short because I haven't mounted the reservoirs yet, and it was a foolish mistake. But what I've also realised as well is the nut on the end is a certain size, and the hole where I was going to pass it through the bulkhead, you will focus. Focus. Oh, yeah. Basically, the grommet is smaller than the nut. I'm not going to get another grommet on there now anyway. So what I'm thinking is bulkhead fittings, like I've got down here, which is probably going to be used for the clutch now. Goes through one side, mounts on, and you can put brake hoses on each side of it. So what I need is then a very short bit of hose from the reservoir to the bulkhead fitting, which obviously what I've got isn't going to do. But also where I'm going to mount the reservoirs. I was thinking potentially having almost two there with the third, difficult to point now, at the back right of it by the wiper motor. However, then had a sudden thought of, if I remove the washer bottle, put it on the floor without spilling stinky fluid everywhere, why not just mount them there? So hopefully I need to have a play and work out, but hopefully then it's just a nice short distance off to the bulkhead. It would make perfect sense, perfect accessibility, and would, well, just work. There we are. That looks quite nicely. However, I'm then left with no space for a reservoir. So what's the answer for that? Maybe we've got all this gap over here. Something like that. I was having a look online, and there are some that... Oh, let's pop this down again. Pickable. Yeah, you can get small kits. Demon Tweaks do one for 20 quid. So I had a word with them, trying to get the measurements of it so that can see how well it will fit. Very simple to mount. Can probably use some... Well, I'll use the old washer jets. It's just, yeah. Just finding out a bit of information. Yeah. I'm yawning again. Yes, I'm tired. But it's never ending. So. No. But with potentially a couple of busy weeks coming up. Months, yeah. Don't mention much about that, but I'll try and get out here as much as I can. So hopefully we'll keep plodding along, as the wiring now is almost at a stage where I can stick that battery on, stick the dash on, test the lights and all the body electrics. So exciting, and hell of a lot of progress, a lot closer to where I want to be. So stay tuned, more to come, absolutely. In the meantime, as always, like, comment, subscribe. 23 subscribers now, and only found out the other day that I get an email when someone subscribes. However, that's to an email address that I'd run out of storage space on. So I don't know who subscribed, but whoever has, thank you. And whoever continues to, hopefully I actually get some notifications now. So much appreciated, and take care, and I'll see you soon.